Temperature. That's one of the units we learned earlier. Temperature we measure in the metric system in Celsius, but you may also be aware of Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit is the English system for measuring temperature. That is degree Fahrenheit for the English system, degree Celsius for the metric system. Scientists later on came up with the Kelvin system, and we don't call it degree Kelvin, we just call it Kelvin, uppercase K. It's part of a refined metric system called the SI system, which stands for System International in French. And the Kelvin system is the standard way of doing science, mostly used by physicists. However, we also will later on see that the Celsius is also part of science because it's more older and science has been around for a while. But you will not see any scientific work done in the degree Fahrenheit. However, we might have to convert our degree Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Kelvin or back and forth between the three. How will we do that? We will have a look at the formulas relating Kelvin and Celsius and a formula relating Celsius to Fahrenheit in a few minutes. But let's look at these three thermometers and see what they are trying to say. You may have heard that the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius and the freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. So these are the two temperatures on which the degree Celsius scale is based. On the boiling point of water being assigned 100 degrees and the freezing point being assigned 0. It was divided into 100 partitions, for one for each degree, and generally in science the room temperature is considered to be 25 degrees Celsius, while body temperature, if you as working as nurses were to ever take body temperature of your patients, you would see that is somewhere around 37 degrees. There is always 0.1, 0.2 degrees that it could be up or down and still be considered normal. Now, in the Kelvin scale, there is no such thing as a negative degrees. If you go below the 0 degrees, you will have -1, -2, -3 and so on Celsius degrees, but Kelvin begins at 0 Kelvin. There is such a thing as the lowest possible temperature. Removal of all heat gives you the lowest temperature. There is no such thing as the highest temperature because you can always add more heat, and the temperature upper limit can be in millions and millions of degrees, but the lower limit is 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin in Celsius is equal to -273.15 degrees Celsius. There is no lower temperature than that, and we call it the absolute zero based on the Kelvin, 0 Kelvin. The size of the degree in Kelvin and Celsius is the same. So if we go up 1 Kelvin, we are also going up 1 Celsius. So if we are at 273 Kelvin, that's 0 degrees Celsius. If we go to 274 Kelvin, we are at 1 degree Celsius. If we go to 275 Kelvin, we are at 2 degrees Celsius, and so on. Between Celsius and Fahrenheit, there are more markings or more degrees in the Fahrenheit between any two smallest degrees in Celsius. So going from 0 degrees Celsius to 1 degree Celsius, we go up slightly more than 1 degree Fahrenheit. And you can see that difference shown here. While there are 100 markings between 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, there are more than 100 degree Fahrenheit between the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit, which is 212 degree Fahrenheit, and the freezing point of water, which is 32 degree Fahrenheit. 180 degrees exact. 1 Celsius change is equal to 1.8 Fahrenheit change. What are the equations that relate this? Here is the equation for converting your Fahrenheit degree to Celsius degree. Whatever is your temperature in Fahrenheit, subtract 32 and divide it by 1.8. And here is how you can convert your degree Fahrenheit to, degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. All you have to do is rearrange this equation and multiply the degree Celsius by 1.8, and you would then add 32. So this is the relationship between degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. Here are two problems. Solve them in your calculator and see if you are able to get the same answers given here for the conversion of degree Celsius to Fahrenheit and degree Fahrenheit to Celsius.